Happy Founders Day from your United States Air Force Academy. I know COVID is keeping us apart. It's put a damper on a lot of things in our nation, but what it hasn't impacted is your support and your loyalty to your academy. Thank you and happy Founders Day.
Greetings from Doolittle Hall Library to Academy grads, family, and friends. It's an honor for me to be with you today to celebrate the 67th anniversary of our Academy's founding. Like a lot of the traditions we celebrate today, Founders Day events are passed downs from West Point. And although we haven't been around for 219 years like West Point, nor do we have 175 years of traditions like Annapolis, we still have an awful lot to be proud of and thankful for the nearly 7 decades of our institution's existence. We've come a long way since April 1st, 1954, when President Eisenhower signed Public Law 325, formally authorizing the establishment of the Air Force Academy. But even with that authorization, the Academy would not have been possible without the vision and persistence of so many founders. As early as 1918, Lieutenant Colonel A.J. Hanlon wrote, "As the military and naval academies are the backbone of the Army and Navy, so must the Aeronautical Academy be the backbone of the Air Service. No service can flourish without some such institution to inculcate into its embryonic officers a love of country, proper concept of duty, and the highest regard for honor." Our founders heard that call and they answered. These founders included legends like Billy Mitchell, who in 1925 testified on Capitol Hill regarding the need for an Air Force Academy. And today we remember some familiar names: Charles Lindbergh, Dewey Spotts, Hap Arnold, Hoyt Vandenberg, Muir Fairchild, and the father of our Academy, Lieutenant General Hubert Harmon, a man who was recalled from retirement to take on the task of our first superintendent. All of these leaders dedicated themselves to the vision of an Air Force Academy. Our founders also included dedicated civilians who were determined to have an academy for the United States military. Men like President Eisenhower, Secretary of the Air Force Stuart Symington, and SecDef James Forrestal, Representatives Carl Vinson and Dewey Short were all involved in our founding. And finally, the Colorado Springs Chamber of Commerce, led by Joe Reich, along with Secretary of the Air Force Talbot, were key in getting Colorado Springs selected as the site for the newest service academy. A site selection commission traveled nearly 21,000 miles, evaluated 580 proposed sites in 45 states before recommending 3 finalists: Alton, Illinois, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and Colorado Springs. And Colorado Springs was chosen. The government quickly began work purchasing thousands of acres to accommodate the new school. So let's think back for a minute to what it must have been like at 6 in the morning on Monday, July 11th, 1955, when 306 cadets reported for duty at Lowry Air Force Base. For the new dualies, the day began in a hectic pace, and they'd soon learn that that pace would endure for 4 very long years. Just like every class that followed in their footsteps, they had their hair cut short, they learned how to wear the uniform, and they received some very basic drill instructions so that they could march in the dedication ceremony later that first day. The Air Training Officers, or ATOs, most of whom had just graduated from West Point or Annapolis, served as the initial cadre. They were charged with training our first class, and they did their jobs well. Later that first afternoon, the cadets passed in review before a large crowd and a national television audience. Over the years, we've amassed an impressive resume for our long blue line. We've graduated more than 50,000 officers, and of those, 788 have become general officers, including our current and first African-American superintendent, Lieutenant General Rich Clark, class of '86. We've had 46 4-stars, including the first woman 4-star, Janet Wolfenbarger, class of '80, and current Transcom Commander General Jackie Van Oost, class of '88. 5 of these 4-stars have become Chief of Staff, including Generals Fogelman, Ryan, Schwartz, Welsh, and Goldfein. We've turned out a host of American heroes, a Medal of Honor recipient, Lance Saijan, 2 fighter aces, 37 grads have become POWs, and thousands have been awarded medals for valor and heroism in time of war. From Vietnam heroes Val Bork, Carl Richter, and Lance Saijan, to grads we've lost in the current war on terrorism, Raj Schulte, Frank Bryant, Adriana Vorderbruggen, and David Brodeur. A total of 184 graduates have made that ultimate sacrifice. They have their names etched in the black granite of our Graduate War Memorial. Let's remember them today as we celebrate this Founders Day. Many others, many have made our Academy proud in other walks of life. 42 graduates have become astronauts, including Fred Gregory, class of '64, who went on to be the acting director of NASA. Some 41 grads have been honored with Rhodes Scholarships, and we've seen a bevy of Fulbright, Olmsted, Marshall, Kennedy School, as well as White House fellowships. And how about our world-class athletes, including Alonzo Babers, 2-time Olympic gold medal winner, Chad Hennings with his 3 Super Bowl rings, and Coach Greg Popovich with his 5 NBA championships, and still counting. And who could ever forget the longtime record holder for spacewalk duration, General Susan Helms, class of '80, or the captain of the Miracle on the Hudson, the class of '73, Sully Sullenberger. So on this Founders Day, we celebrate the history and heritage of this fine institution we all hold dear, but we also look boldly forward. With the inherent challenges that come with developing warfighters well prepared for the future fight. Our Academy continues to evolve, ramping up the Institute for Future Conflict to add critical curriculum in space, hypersonics, artificial intelligence, unmanned aircraft, cyber, and more. We know that with the support of all of you, our graduates, our family, and our friends, USAFA will continue to deliver high quality and honorable officers for the world's greatest Air Force. So today, happy Founders Day to everyone watching. May our next 65 plus years be as successful as our first decades.
A myriad of descriptive words comes to mind when we describe our Air Force Academy. Breathtaking, rigorous, stunning, demanding. Yet no one word or phrase is adequate at encapsulating what this place means to us as graduates and us as a nation. Cadets have called this place home for over 60 years, and as we graduated and left home, we carried with us an unbreakable bond with our academy. We also carried with us the lessons learned from character-building experiences which helped hone who we are inside. Our amazing graduate community carried those lessons forward into their careers and their lives and their communities. Our amazing graduate community makes our nation stronger.
After 3 years at a temporary site, the first Air Force Academy class moved here to this permanent location in the summer of 1958. A year later, June 3rd, 1959, we graduated. We didn't know much about the future, but we knew it would be good. A number of us are gathered here today to celebrate the 6th decade anniversary of that graduation. When we're here, we realize over again that the Academy has a special place, a special role in all of our lives. The Academy made us, prepared us to be fully competent officers in the profession of arms, and it opened up career events, expectations, and achievements we never could have imagined.
Courage, resiliency, and determination were some of the key lessons we learned at the Academy. For some of us graduates, those proved essential when we faced incredibly challenging situations. 37 of us Air Force Academy graduates have been held as prisoner of war. More than 185 have died in combat, paying the ultimate price for serving our nation and supporting our global partners. Every day, I'm very grateful for my 4 years at our place, because my time as a cadet laid a firm foundation that carried me through my entire life.
Eddie Rickenbacker once said, "Aviation is proof that given the will, we have the capacity to achieve the impossible." Down here at the airfield, that's exactly what we Academy graduates learned how to do. Whether it was the jump program, soaring, or powered flight, this place pushed us out of our comfort zone and trained our minds how to deal with the unexpected. These skills were absolutely critical to fall back on when we faced difficult challenges in combat during varied Air Force assignments and in life in general.
The seeds of exploration and discovery planted here at the Academy allowed some of us Zoomies to fly high and even push the envelope out into space. Our alma mater allowed each of us to follow our dreams, plus serve this great nation in a myriad of ways.
Integrity, service, and excellence are paid more than just lip service in this place. I've spent a lifetime instilling such values in the hearts and minds of thousands of cadets. Our institution places high value on such character traits and has invested heavily through the years to achieve the desired results. We now even have a building dedicated to leadership and character, thanks to a combination of private donors and government funds.
Our Academy is always striving to offer cadets a world-class education. The key to unlocking infinite possibilities is our committed faculty and staff, who constantly challenge our cadets and themselves. We use creative teaching methods, perform innovative research, and mentor cadets to become leaders of character. While I was a cadet at the Academy, my experiences in the classroom, on the terrazzo, at the airfield, and on the court helped set the right vector for my Air Force career. From acquisitions to law to teaching, I've come full circle. And now I'm back at our Academy as your 11th Dean of the Faculty. It is my honor, privilege, and challenge to help carry on academic excellence, the hallmark of this remarkable institution.
We each arrived here with lofty hopes to serve, excel, and break new ground. The Academy provided us those opportunities and opened doors we never dreamed possible. It's not uncommon to find USAFA grads as wing commanders, CEOs, professional bodybuilders, entrepreneurs, and more. No matter where we are, we can always come back to our place and strengthen the common bonds we all share.
Our Academy is a place where young men and women transform into forward-thinking military officers, ready to adapt to the ever-changing warfighting domains of air, space, and cyberspace. I'm thrilled to be serving as the 29th Commandant of Cadets, dedicated to training, developing, and inspiring innovative leaders of character ready to fight and win our nation's war and maintain our strategic military advantage.
Here on the fields of friendly strife, we pushed ourselves physically to prove ourselves worthy of our place at the Academy. In this place, we learned about perseverance, discipline, and teamwork while competing against our fellow service academies and other conference foes. Go Air Force, beat Army, and sink Navy.
Since April 1st, 1954, our alma mater has helped launch the careers of more than 50,000 graduates, opening the door to infinite possibilities in the air and now space forces, industry, and government service. When you start listing the names of many of our impressive graduates, Wilson, Howard, Welsh, Kaminsky, Gregory, McGardner, Syjon, Hennings, Hosmer, Holliday, Helms, Wolfenbarger, Sullenberger, and so many others, you can't help but be inspired by those who have gone before and helped pave the way. This is our Academy, continuing the important mission of producing innovative leaders of character for the Air Force, Space Force, and our great nation.